Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine Blazer. I am here with Leslie from Turnkey Vacation Rentals, I believe is the rest of it. Yeah, Vacation Rentals. So she is an amazing woman who is going to share with us how to kind of look at vacation rentals and what she's doing currently down on Sarasota and Siesta Key. So without further ado, I'll let you start. Take it away, Leslie.
Great. Thank you so much, Catherine, for having me. I'm so excited to be here and talk about what I do with vacation rentals. I do work for a company called Turnkey. And what I wanted to do today was kind of give you a glimpse into Turnkey as far as being a national property manager. I use a lot of, like, I'll say PM a lot. Turnkey is a national PM. And what that looks at as far as a national level, I know there's a lot of different PMs out there, all amazing, and they all have different specialties and they all can do different things. And what I'm just going to kind of concentrate in on is what I'm doing and what this looks like, and what Turnkey, you know, its partners, its technology, and all the things that we do. So I'm just going to jump right in.
Perfect. And guys, if you have any questions during the presentation, we do have a chat box. I'll post it in 1 second, and we're happy to get those questions answered, okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So like I said before, Turnkey is a national property manager. And so kind of like, what is that? Like, what does a national property PM offer? Who is Turnkey and who are our partners? And that's kind of what I'll go over what I said before. So national PM, basically it means that not everyone is local. We have a central location or headquarters, which in ours is Austin, Texas. And what's done in Austin is where our listing team is, revenue management team, accounting teams, compliance teams, account manager teams, executive teams, they're all housed there. But locally, in over 80 different markets in the United States, we have our turnkey operation team. So in Sarasota, in Venice, Inglewood, Bradenton, St. Pete, Tampa, you know, all the way up to Tarpon Springs, we have local people who are turnkey employees who are the people who take care of the homes. They're the ones who are, we call them home care supervisors. And they're the ones who will manage everything. And I'll go into a little, dig deeper into what they do, but they're going to be basically like your house manager. And then the other person who's local is me, business development. I'm the one who works with realtors, investors, developers, anyone who wants to get turnkey and use their program, and I can, you know, fill them in on exactly what we do and get them signed up. So our dedicated home care supervisors are the people that live in the markets. They're the ones who are going to take care of the property. They are going to actually do inspections every other week of the property. They have, as you can see, she has a list in her hand. She has a checklist that she has to go through to make sure that the home is compliant. It's like she might go in one day and, you know, it says, is the hot water working? So she's going to go through and see if the hot water is working. Make sure that all the things are working, so when the guests come in there, they don't find the issues. She's already taking care of those things. How about like the remote control? Is the batteries up to date? They'll change the batteries. So they'll make sure everything is running right. And they also will manage the housekeeping, making sure that's all running right as well. So our team is 24/7, but that doesn't mean that they don't get days off and that they don't sleep. So we have technology. So at corporate, we have teams answering the phones all the time, and we've collected all the data on all of the properties. So if it's something that the guests might call in the middle of the night and be like, I'm having problems with the router, I'm having this issue. and we can solve it over the phone, we will. If not, then we'll call a team member to come in and help, but we are 24/7. I actually met with somebody the other day who decided to sign up their property with Turnkey because they had stayed at a Turnkey property a couple weeks earlier, and her husband works in Europe. So he does a lot of his work at night, and their internet went down in the Turnkey property. And she said she was so thrilled that they were able to come out, fix it in the middle of the night, didn't complain, were so nice, like, oh, is there anything else we can help you with? And she said it was the best service that she's ever had. So she signed up her property, and she's going through the onboarding right now. So it's amazing, and it sells itself.
Okay. So I'll get the refund in 7 business days.
Oh. So technology. I'm going to go into a little bit about what Turnkey does with technology. So here are some items that we will put into the property when the client signs up. So the first thing we do is we're going to put a lock on the front door. And our locks all talk to our reservation system. So at 4 o'clock, when the guest checks in, the code becomes live, and they can check in with that code. On the day of checkout, the code goes away at 10 a.m. when the checkout happens, and it's no longer happened. This happens every single time. The only person that doesn't have a code that doesn't expire is the homeowner. So they always have the same one. So even our team members have that, our housekeepers have it, the plumbers, everything. So we can check exactly when they go in and out of the property. We put our Wi-Fi router on top of the homeowner's router. In this way that the homeowner is not giving out their password. They just go on to the Turnkey site, sign in with an email address. Now, what else do we use that for? We have a Wi-Fi sniffer. So what that means is, let's say your home is 3 bedrooms, can have 6 people in it. You sign a contract agreeing to that. You know, yes, we're going to have 6 people in this home. And then all of a sudden on our board, we see 25 Wi-Fi emails, like emails signed in. So we can tell that there's other people signed in there. So we're going to drive out to the house and see what's going on. One of the big things with Turnkey is we really, really want to be good neighbors. We want to make sure that people who they're coming in, they say 6 people, that's who's going to be in the property. Noise decibel monitors. We do have these as well. We can't listen to what people are saying, but we can hear if the noise level elevates. This is very important. Again, a lot of neighborhoods, you know, it's 10 o'clock. These are quiet times. These are the times that we need to respect those who are around us. And so if we get a noise decibel ping, we're gonna, is everything okay? Is everything okay in the house? And they say, yes, yep, it's fine. But then we get pinged again, then we're gonna get in the car and we're gonna drive out and see what's going on in the property. I'm gonna talk about these two in a little bit, but they're very important. And the Ring doorbell is something I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with. All of these things that Turnkey do, that we do here, that the technology, they're included in our fee. This is not additional fee. This is something that we do standard on all the properties. The only thing that's additional is the doorbell, the Ring doorbell. If you want to have that, then there is an additional charge, but it's very minimal, but everything else is a standard in all of our properties. Okay, so this is what we were going to talk about before, and what we do at Turnkey, which is a lot different than a lot of other property managers, is we put a tablet in the property. So we're going to have a nice tablet. We're going to put it in the kitchen, and it has a lot of different functions. One of the functions is a housekeeping app. Now, the housekeeping app, as you can see in this right here, this photo, there's 2 different photos. So our homeowners, investors come to us with the properties staged on how they want it to look. Now, also think about your guests. They're going to go on Airbnb, HomeAway, Booking.com, Travelocity. They're going to see all of these beautiful photos of how this home is going to look. So when your guest walks in the door, they're opening the door, they want to see what they, are been imagining this whole time their vacation is going to look like. So what we do at Turnkey is we take a picture of the way the home is supposed to be staged. And the housekeepers take the tablet that's in the kitchen, they take it off the stand, and they walk around when they're done with their clean, and they take a picture. And it has to match the way that the original picture looks. It's then sent to a quality control team who then approves it and says the housekeeping job is done. That housekeeper cannot leave until those pictures match. Now, the even better part for the homeowner is they go on their owner dashboard and in real time can see those checkout photos from that guest and see that their house looks the same as that they left it, and when the next guest comes in, what it's going to look like. So it's pretty exciting, pretty special, and it sets us apart from a lot of different property managers. Okay. And here's just, pictures on, all of our stuff in action. There's the tablet. You can see they're looking at that down at the bottom, then the lock up top. That's what our routers look like. So it's just kind of giving you another photo to look at. Here's the dashboard I was talking about. So what we do at Turnkey when you sign up is we customize a dashboard for you. So you're going to be able to go on this dashboard and see your reservations, see the opening times, see how much bookings you have for the reservations in December, what's the total bookings, all of the information about your property. What are your reviews? Now, look on the side, you can see all the other things that we have available to look at. So you can send a project board, which is a project like, say you wanted to have your account manager take a new photo because you added a new chair while you were, at the property, and you need a new updated photo. So you can send a project board request in. You want to reserve the place yourself? You don't need to call Turnkey. You just do an owner reservation right on the dashboard, reserve it, and click Turnkey to clean. Check your bookings, check your inquiries, check your reviews, your maintenance history. Maybe we had to do some, work on that hot water that wasn't working, and we hired a plumber, and the plumber charged you $80. You can see that charge on the maintenance history. Your cleaning, those are the pictures that I was talking about. On your cleanings, you can see those in real time. Inspections, those are your turnkey inspectors going in. You can see your inspections. Monthly statements, how much money did you make last month? Property listing, what's your write-up? And your owner terms, those are the terms, the agreements. So it's a really special interactive dashboard. A lot of people have told me this is one of the best that they've seen. People have come from other property managers say it's really it's just one of the top of the line. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. Do you want me to stop and answer any questions? I don't know if there are any questions, but.
There haven't been any questions come in. If you guys do have questions, I'll put in the group chat again.
Okay, I know I'm throwing a lot of information out there. So here again, just a view of the owner dashboard that you will have that will be customized for your property. Award-winning hospitality, just as an award that we won, which I thought it was nice to share. We don't need to dig too deep into that. Also, something that we do in our company is we supply conditioner, shampoo, soaps. So what we want to do is we want you to feel like you're in a hotel, and we want it to be consistent. So consistency is incredibly important. So when you sign up, I'm going to stay at a turnkey home, you know what you're going to get when you walk in. You know that, oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock at night. We didn't bring in any shampoo and we're checking in. Well, oh, this is a turnkey home. They're going to have that for us. We don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it's a little one like a hotel, so I'll get the rest for the rest of the time I'm there, but I don't have to worry about doing that before I get into the property. So we like to stock things like that. Always keeping the property guest ready, making sure that we have the clean linens, all of the things that we follow to make sure that the house is just perfect condition. We always say a happy guest makes a happy owner. If we want everyone to be happy, and we want happy reviews, we want good reviews, we want that those 5-star reviews. Okay, so Turnkey, is a top performer in HomeAway. We're a top performer on all of the different websites that we use. Now I'm going to dig a little bit into just like Turnkey as far as like a company. Turnkey has almost 6,000 properties nationwide. We have 90% 4- and 5-star reviews. We're the fastest growing property manager in the United States. And we were founded by HomeAway and Hotwire and Expedia executives in 2012. So we are growing fast and at a good pace, but it's not, what we do is we grow organically. I'd like to explain that too. We don't go out and like acquire other property management companies. We grow house by house and take them on like that. We are starting to work with some developers who have some maybe bigger projects that we're looking at, but historically we do grow organically. This is our co-founders who launched in 2012, and I'm going to see if I can play this video that I added on here. It talks a little bit about why they started Turnkey. See if I can do it. Can you hear it?
I can't really hear it.
No?
No.
Now?
I can't, but if you want to email the link, I will put it in the email out with the recording of this.
Okay.
There have been a few questions that have come into the chat box.
Okay, let me turn this off. So it's loud for me. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get out of it now.
So are you gonna dive into marketing for clients or guests?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then we'll answer those questions in a second. Sorry, go ahead.
I can answer something if there was a specific one.
There's just broader, does Turnkey also market, advertise the owner's property? Does it go to visitors to go to their site? What marketing do they do? Are you guys specifically for daily, weekly, monthly, seasonal rentals? Do you handle any annual rentals at all? Is that an option?
So Turnkey is short-term rentals only. And short-term gets bounced back and forth. What does that mean? So we do 30-day minimums, but then like say somebody wants to come into Sarasota and rent one of our properties for January, February, and March, we will do that. But we do not do annual.
Okay. Will you guys do like a weekend rental, or does it have to be 30 days?
Oh no, we have properties that are weekends. Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Okay.
That's typically what it is weekends, 3 days, but in Sarasota and Longboat and different places, there are restrictions on how much you can rent out.
Okay, perfect. And then are you guys operating in Naples?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. There you go, Leanne.
Yep. We are. We're in Naples, and we market on over 30 different sites. We're on Airbnb, HomeAway, VRBO, Booking.com, Travelocity, Google Maps. Like we're on, I always like to say we're on everything you can think of except Zillow and Craigslist. And everyone goes, we don't want to be on Craigslist anyways. Especially for short-term rentals, there's been a lot of fraud on Craigslist. So you just have to be really careful. We've had 2 situations where crooks have actually stolen identities of properties and tried to rent them out. We caught it, but it is out there. So just an FYI for those who, you know, just be careful. We are, you know, real quick, we're in 80 different areas in the United States. We are, we've hosted over 1 million guests. We're funding as over 100 million, and we are in Austin, Texas. These are just little stats I put out here. I wanted to show these videos too, and I'm going to send you all the links and you can put them out because they're really cool. So a year ago, Turnkey was picked by Marriott Homes and Villas to be partners with them. And so what that means, being a premier partner with Marriott International, is that they take our inventory and they rent out our properties on their platform. And what they do is they market those to their Bonvoy members. And so their Bonvoy members can book our properties using points, and they can also get points for staying at our properties. It has been incredible partnership for us, and it's just been very successful. So kind of think of this, Marriott brilliantly has now formed their own marketing platform, just like Airbnb, and has marketed to their millions of membership people. So it's just brilliant, and it's been a great partnership where they're not their only national partner. They do have other partners with some smaller firms, some smaller PMs, but we are the national one so far. And then the other partnership, it's this video I want to play, but you can put it in the send out because you can't hear it. It's called Third Home. Third Home just happened about a month ago. And what Third Home is it allows homeowners with vacation homes to put their property 2 weeks out of the year in Third Home's inventory. And they have over 10,000 luxury properties. So when it's almost like a trade. So you put in for 2 weeks and then you have openings to all these like amazing properties. And if you could see the video, blown away. There's castles, there's yachts. I mean, and so now Turnkey is partners with Third Home. And so if your home qualifies to the luxury scale, then you would be put in this program and you would have access to all of these properties as well. So these are 2 amazing partnerships that we've just, you know, one's older, about a year, and then this new one, a Third Home from like 3 weeks ago.
That's awesome. I can't wait to check out these videos.
Oh, they're amazing. I know. I'm so sad that you can't see them. Uh-oh, don't play. Sorry. Okay, and so I think that's it. If I would just want to know if anyone had any questions, or if anyone wanted to get my information and ask me something offline. I can send my email out if people have specific questions. Something that I do for realtors or investors is that they send me addresses of properties that they're interested in, and I can give them a rental income for the year. So if it's something that you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to buy this, or maybe I want to sell it or flip it, or maybe, hey, maybe I need to do vacation rentals. feel free to send me an address and I can give you a look of what that might be as a potential income provider for you.
That's amazing. And Leslie, can we dive into your fees for a little bit and how the pay structure works for you guys?
Sure. So Turnkey charges 18% commission on the rent.
Okay.
It's extremely important because there are companies out there who don't charge just on the rent. They charge it on the whole, the bottom line. Okay, so just when you're looking at that, you know, they'll charge, because there's a lot of things that your guests pay. Your guests pay the rent, they pay the housekeeping fee, they pay the booking fee because there's all the different platforms, and they are going to pay a damage waiver. So some of these PMs are charging you commission on the bottom of all of those. We're just charging you on the rent.
Okay.
Then the other charge that we have is something called a restocking fee, and that's $5 per bedroom per booking. So
Okay.
if someone was, and that's for toilet paper, paper towels, shampoo, conditioner, trash bag liners, scrub brush, all of that. If someone's staying a week, and it's a 3-bedroom, it'd be $15. If they're staying a month and it's a 3-bedroom, it's $15. It's just the per booking. We really just want to get people started because we found that like people come at all different times of the day and they don't want to go and grab toilet paper, right? Their first thing when they get somewhere. So we're going to have everything stocked, and that's a fee to the homeowner or the investor. We do not charge, and I'll just give you a background of like what other charges you might see if you're shopping for a property manager. There is monthly maintenance fees that some property managers charge. We do not charge that. There's run fees. A run fee is the property manager has to go out to the property because there's something wrong. Either a guest is called, can't figure out how to use the remote, or you know, something's wrong at the property. They're going to charge you a fee to run out to the property. We don't charge those. Recently, I had an investor leave their property manager because now they're getting charged a monthly accounting fee. So they're charging them $250 to do the accounting. So what we do at Turnkey is we do file your occupancy tax for you that we collect from the guest, but we don't charge you for that. That's a part of the 18%. So when you're shopping around, ask all these questions about what other monthly fees are, run fees, or you know, other inspection fees. You know, we do inspections every other week, but we don't charge, you know, on top of that. We're just the 18%.
Okay, perfect. Good to know. And Leslie, are you the best point of contact for local investors?
Yes. Yep. I do the business development from Inglewood all the way to Tarpon Springs.
Okay.
And if you're below Inglewood, my partner down there, Dina, she does from Marco Island up to Cape Coral.
Okay, perfect. And is the best form of communication with you email or phone calls?
Email's the best.
Okay, perfect. And remind me of your email address again, Leslie.
Sure. Leslie, Leslie, .Cornell, and then it's -Anders, ANDERS, at turnkeyvr.com. I also have referrals. I pay out referrals. So if you are a realtor and you refer my, Turnkey, it's $1,000 for 3 bedrooms and below, and $1,500 for 4 and up. And all you have to do is give me the name and the contact, and I pay you after they have brought in $4,000, and we send you a check.
That's amazing. That's exciting. I hope everybody listened to that portion. Referral.
And I can write that out too if you want that.
Yes, please do. I will happily include that in the email because I know that'll get a lot of ears perked up.
Yeah.
Lee Ann has a question for you. What should a buyer look for when purchasing a vacation rental to ensure that it is a profitable rental?
So what you want to do is really look at the home as like an exciting place that somebody doesn't have these things at home. So like I always say, you know, most of the people are going to be coming from up north, or they might be coming from maybe Orlando. So like it maybe a water feature. So I highly recommend a pool. What if you're on the beach? You know, then you have your water feature as the beach. Even a hot tub. I know we're in Florida, but people don't have those things, you know, at home. A fire pit. Something in the photos. The photos are really selling the property. So if you can set up the water feature with the fire pit, have the fire going, and have like, I don't know, like some kind of umbrella that's bright with the chairs. People are like, oh, we can sit outside and eat. You know, we can't do that up here and, you know, up in cold wherever we are. You know, yeah, all the things that you want, that you think someone's going to want that they don't have at home. Like fun. I always tell people when I walk into the property, they might have a lot of grays, you know, a lot of white, and, you know, it's very beautiful and all the appliances are modern. So throw some punches of color, like orange, bright orange pillows. This isn't where you're living. This is where you're trying to attract people to come and see. I don't know if any of you remember, and I still think it is kind of decorated like this, but the Hyatt, in downtown Sarasota, when they put those big punches of pink and green, you know, like that like stands out and it attracts people when they're like going through all of those different, you know, properties on HomeAway. Just make sure it stands out, has some kind of water feature, make sure the appliances are modern. Everything looks up to date. It's clean. It had, well, you know, and also now people are searching for us, you know, who is it managed by? People want to know that they're going to walk into something clean. They're going to know that they have someone to call if they're in trouble or something goes wrong in the property. All of those things are really important.
Perfect. Do you recommend having a minimum number of like bedrooms, bathrooms, first floor, anything like that when people are starting to invest in short terms?
Yes. Do not do one bathroom. People don't want one bathroom. They can stay in a hotel. You know, it's like, we don't want to compete with hotels. We want to be out of that arena. So do not do one bathrooms. Make sure it's 2 bathrooms. You know, 2 twos are fine if they're on the beach and, you know, they have all of the other things that people want. But like, if you're going to have a house, I would say a minimum of a 3-2 is really where you want to be. And, you know, if you get to the 4-2, that's even more spectacular because it's not as common. You know, sometimes I know people like to have, like some of the houses I've seen might have a larger area for parking, you know, like, so, and it's not all on the street so that they can have friends over, or maybe it's an older couple renting and they have their daughter coming down with her kids. So they come down as to spend a week. So kind of think of like that, like, because your guests have guests, you know? Yeah, and so you want to make sure that, you know, that can work as well, especially in art where we are. You know, I wouldn't say that so much if we were an urban market, maybe in Nashville, you wouldn't be saying the same things, but in this area, that's what I would recommend.
Okay, perfect. If you were going to give a investor that is getting into the short-term market any types of tips besides what we've already covered, what would it be?
I would say the first thing is check out what your restrictions are in that neighborhood. I have had some horrible, horrible stories of people getting so excited and purchasing beautiful homes that they're going to rent out for short-term rental, and they find out they can't do it because the HOA says no, or there's an ordinance that they're not, you know, aware of, and it's horrible. So the first thing is to check and see what those minimums are. What does the HOA say? How easy and how favorable does the HOA look on short-term rentals? Does the HOA require an application? Some are, they want an application and they want the application a month before the guests come. You know, so check all the ordinances. It's incredibly important. And then as far as like, how much is the HOA? Because if you're going to buy a place and it looks great, you know, the price is wonderful, your taxes look good, but then all your money that you're earning goes to the HOA fees. You know, I mean, those are the things that I find more so people who come from up north aren't really familiar with, and they get trapped in those kind of situations, and they're just breaking even.
That's awful. And there are some insane HOA fees, especially in Sarah. So, and making sure that you're looking at it if it's listed as monthly, quarterly, or annually, because that's been something else that I've seen new investors miss when they're looking at those fees.
And check, and I say this because I love all the realtors I work with, but some have got the wrong information and just go right to the HOA docs. Go right to the HOA and read it yourself, because I had 2 situations last week where the guy in St. Pete goes, "Oh, but my realtor said that I could do." That's not what it is, you know. So go and read those docs. Read the ordinances in your city. Find out what those things are.
Absolutely, absolutely. Leslie, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. We really appreciate it. I know that you've got a very busy day, so we'll let you get on with it. If you'll send me those videos and the bulletin about the referrals, I'm happy to send that out with the rest of this information in this video. Guys, it'll probably be out Friday, Saturday timeframe. We do have a couple of in-person events coming up at the end of the week. One is in Venice on Thursday, and one is in Bradenton on Friday. So if you guys would like to grab tickets and RSVP to come to that, please do so. It'll be on our website at reilivesrq.com. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.